Okay, let's dive into what is arguably the most vital system in the human body. And no, I'm not talking about the one that keeps you alive. I'm talking about the one that makes sure humanity itself doesn't just end. We're getting into the very mechanics of how life gets made.
So, why is reproduction so important for a species to survive? I mean, it sounds like a trick question, doesn't it? But seriously, think about it. Every other system in your body, your heart, your lungs, your brain, it's all designed to keep you up and running. But this system, its entire job is to create a whole new person. It's literally the engine that pushes our species forward, from one generation to the next.
All right, so here's our game plan. First, we'll look at the basic blueprint for life. Then, we'll introduce the two main players, the male and the female reproductive systems. And to wrap it all up, we'll see how they come together to create, well, a new human.
So, let's jump right into part one, a blueprint for life. Making a new human it's a huge biological project. It's super complex. So nature, in its wisdom, came up with a really smart solution. Split the job between two different but perfectly complementary systems.
And right here, you can see those two different designs side by side. I mean, they're both working towards the same goal, right? But how they get there? Totally different strategies. You've got one system that's all about producing and delivering genetic material on a massive, almost industrial scale, and then you have the other, which is designed for something completely different, carefully producing, selecting, and then nurturing one single, precious shot at creating a new life.
Okay, so let's dig into that first strategy, the one all about volume and delivery. That brings us to section 2, the male system explained.
So, when you look at the male system, everything is about function. You've got the main production factories, the testes, and they're housed in the scrotum, which is actually outside the main body. Ever wonder why? Well, it's because making sperm is a really delicate process, and it needs to happen at a temperature that's just a little bit cooler than our normal body temp. It's actually a pretty brilliant piece of biological engineering when you think about it.
And what do these factories produce? Well, two main things. First, you've got the actual genetic messengers, the sperm cells. And second, you have the chemical foreman that's running the whole show, and that's the hormone testosterone.
Testosterone is basically the architect of male puberty. It's the hormone that flips the switch and starts changing the body for its adult job. We're talking about the voice deepening, shoulders getting broader, and of course, the big one. It kicks on the ability to actually produce sperm.
And get ready for this, because the sheer scale of production here is just staggering. Every single day, the testes crank out around 200 million sperm cells. 200 million! It's totally a numbers game. Nature's strategy here is basically to flood the zone, maximizing the odds that just one of those microscopic swimmers will actually finish its incredible journey.
All right, so that's one half of the story. Now let's look at the other. If the male system is all about quantity, the female system is all about quality and nurturing. So, on to section 3, the female system explained.
And again, the anatomy here really tells a story. You have the ovaries, which are like these little reservoirs of potential life. And about once a month, a single egg starts its big journey down the fallopian tube. And where is it headed? To the uterus, which is this incredibly powerful elastic organ designed to be the very first home a new human will ever know.
So this system really juggles three major jobs, and they're all connected. Job 1, produce the egg cells. Job 2, release the hormone estrogen, which gets the body ready for potential pregnancy. And job 3, provide that ultimate safe space, the womb, to protect and nurture a developing fetus.
So, just like testosterone in the male system, estrogen is the key hormone here. It's the counterpart. It's what shapes the female body during puberty, physically preparing it for the incredible possibility of carrying and nurturing a new life.
Okay, another mind-blowing number for you. If the male system's big number was all about daily production, this one is all about lifetime potential. A female is born with every single egg she will ever have, and that can be up to 400,000. But here's the crazy part. Over her entire lifetime, only about 450 of those will actually be released. Talk about selectivity. It's a system of just immense potential, but it's also incredibly picky.
So every month, that one released egg arrives at a major fork in the road. It has two possible paths. Path 1, it meets a sperm cell, and boom, fertilization happens. The fertilized egg then settles into the uterus to start the 9-month journey of development. Path 2, fertilization doesn't happen. If that's the case, the body basically hits the reset button. The lining of the uterus, which was all prepped for a pregnancy, is no longer needed, so it's shed. And that process, that's the menstrual cycle.
Okay, so we've met the two key players. We understand their strategies. Now it's time for the main event. Let's move on to Section 4, the making of a human. This is where those two separate stories come together to create one new beginning.
You know, it all boils down to one single profound moment. Our source material says it perfectly. Human reproduction is simply when a cell is formed from the sperm and egg cell uniting. That's it. All that complexity, all those different organs and hormones, everything we've talked about, it all exists just to make that one miraculous event happen.
And from that one tiny cell, an absolutely incredible journey of creation kicks off. It starts as a zygote, which just means a fertilized egg, and it starts dividing, and dividing, and dividing again. Pretty soon, it's an embryo, and this is where the basic blueprint of a human being starts to get sketched out. Then, after the 8th week, it's called a fetus. And by this point, what was once just a single cell now has the beginnings of a brain, a beating heart, all the internal organs it's going to need for the rest of its life. It's just amazing.
So let's pull this all together. What we're really looking at isn't just one system, but two separate systems working together in this perfect, intricate dance. It's this biological masterpiece of specialized organs, powerful hormones, and precise timing. And it's all for one purpose, really. The most important job any species has: to continue the human race.
So, I want to leave you with this one last thought. Your body has this incredibly complex, amazing system that isn't even for your survival. It's for creating someone else. I mean, that level of biological commitment is pretty profound, don't you think? It's just a reminder that on the most fundamental level, we're all a part of this huge, continuous story of life. What does that really tell us?